back to my channel. My name is Mariah if you are new here, and if you're not new here, welcome back. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a product empties, kind of just going through some of my empty products that I've gathered over the last month and telling you if I liked them and if I would repurchase them or not. So I saw this video idea from Taylor Wynn, one of my favorite YouTubers. So I thought I would start collecting some of my product empties so that I could film a similar video. So pretty much I have a handful of items here, kind of varying between beauty, so some hair and makeup products. I have some household items like candles, and then I even have a couple supplements too. So kind of just a random mix of things. I'm going to kind of just do like a little mini speed review, tell you if I liked it or not, what I use it for, and if I would repurchase it again. So to make things interesting, let's just start off with the supplements. First off, I have a magnesium supplement. It is 525 milligrams. And I take the magnesium supplement every single day, actually, for migraine prevention. I started using them about, I would say a year ago now, but I found this specific brand on Amazon because when I got my blood work done, I actually found out I do have a very, very slight deficiency. And so my doctor recommended a higher dosage of 500 milligrams. Before I was just doing 400. I found this one that has 525 milligrams per serving, and so I picked these up on Amazon, and I pretty much actually have them on auto ship now, so every time I run out and hit the bottom of the bottle, I do order another one. So definitely would repurchase these. If you suffer from migraines or daily headaches or anything like that, definitely check out magnesium. There are a ton of other benefits as well, but that's what I use them for, so definitely would repurchase, and I do continue to repurchase. Next item I have is an energy drink from Alani Nutrition. This is the Blue Slush energy drink. So these are like a limited edition. It was actually the collaboration with Whitney Simmons, and this is the Blue Slush. It has 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, 4 grams of carbs, and 10 calories per can. Now I do like Alani Nutrition. I use a lot of their products, and so I had really high expectations for the Blue Slush. And I actually don't like it. I picked it up at GNC. I grabbed a couple cans individually because they were sold out of the 12 packs, and I wasn't a fan. I really like blue raspberry. I like blue slush, like that you can get at gas stations, but I really like the sour blue raspberry and things. I didn't like this flavor too much. It just wasn't really living up to the hype or living up to the expectations. So I did end up drinking, of course, the 2 cans that I purchased, but did not purchase any after that. So I would not repurchase this flavor again. Okay, let's move into some hair stuff. So I have a hair mask from Shea Moisture. It's the Mucuna Honey and Mafura Oil Intensive Hydration hair mask. Essentially, it is a leave-on hair mask. You can either put it on like while you're in the shower if you're gonna shave your legs or wash your face or do whatever. So you can leave it on for like 5 to 10 minutes. Or a lot of the times I like to use deep conditioning masks by leaving it on my hair for like 30 minutes. So I'll like wash my hair in the shower, apply this, then actually just get out, do some other things, and then hop back in the shower like 30 minutes later. And I actually really liked this. I like Shea Moisture line a lot. It felt really nice on my hair. I used up the whole product. I used it about once a week, and it lasted me a few months. So I definitely would repurchase again. It was more of a hydrating mask, so whenever my hair is feeling dry, I just did the leave-on conditioner mask. Going along the lines of hair care, I do have a Devacurl product here. So for you curly girls out there, a lot of people use the Devacurl line. This is the One Condition Decadence line. This is just the conditioner. So a lot of the times what I would do is I would use it as a regular conditioner, but I wouldn't always wash it all the way out. So I kind of doubled it as a conditioner and also a leave-in conditioner, only because Devacurl products are so expensive, and so I just can't afford to be buying a shampoo, a conditioner, a leave-in, a styler, a gel, all from this line. So I pretty much used it as 2 products, a conditioner and a leave-in. And I really did like it. I like the scent, and I like how it made my hair feel. However, when it comes to repurchasing, There was some controversy surrounding Devacurl. If you are interested in that, I'm not going to get into it here, but you can look it up. Some people were having some issues with the brand. So while they were investigating that, I kind of looked into it. I decided I would not repurchase this again, only because I have found so many more affordable products that do just as good of a job as this line, in my opinion. So if you want like another recommendation video for curly hair products that I like, I would be happy to do that. So for this one, I would not repurchase just because of the price. And then another Devacurl product that I have is the Build Up Buster. And this is used pretty much like if you're doing a wash day. And I do like this product because it is kind of like a soapier, thinner feel. It's not super thick. You apply it to your scalp, especially if you have like flakes or a dry scalp, and or if you have product buildup from the week, you put it on your fingers, kind of like rub it into the scalp. But you don't have to really apply it to your whole head of hair. You can kind of start at the scalp and then work your way down. So I would repurchase this. I have not yet, just because of the price. It is 100% sulfate free, paraben free, and silicone free if you are looking for a product like that. One thing I found with Devacurl is sometimes they have specials where you can get like a bundle, and you can get a few items together in a bundle for a lower price. So if you are looking into any Devacurl products, we check out their page for sales and for when they have those discounted bundles. Okay, next let's move into skincare. I have a Tula spot treatment. It's a benzoyl peroxide spot treatment, which clearly I probably need to use today since I had a new pimple pop up. And this is pretty much just now at the end, and I've actually had this for like 8 months now. So it lasted me a very, very long time. It's something that is really just meant to be as a spot treatment. Oh, it's 5% benzoyl peroxide. So when you have a pimple pop up, you can just put it on. I like that it's just like a skinny tube. It's easy just to like pop it on and then dab it in to your pimple. And I did find that it does make a difference pretty quickly. I would repurchase it again. However, similar to Devacurl, I would look for it in a bundle because usually you can get it at a discounted price. So one reason I do like that is because for some people, benzoyl peroxide in general can be very drying on the skin. So instead of using a benzoyl peroxide formula that you apply all over your face, I like that it is just a spot treatment and you can pop it on a pimple when you see one come up. So I definitely would repurchase this one. Now, speaking of drying out your skin, I have 2 moisturizers here. One is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Water Cream. And I've actually had this sitting in my closet for a while, so it's been quite some time since I've emptied it. And I mean, it is literally like dry, 100% empty. I loved the smell of this. I actually got it in a BoxyCharm, so I didn't even purchase it, but I loved it so much. I liked it because it was very thin, easily spread, and I felt like it absorbed into the skin very quickly. It didn't feel like it just sat on top of my skin. So it felt very hydrating, like it literally just soaked into my skin, and I loved the scent of it. It says you can use it in the AM and PM, and it's allergy tested, free of artificial fragrance if that's important to you, hyperallergenic. So I really did like this moisturizer. I actually, right now, am in need of a new moisturizer. I'm currently using the CeraVe PM. However, sometimes I just feel like I want a little extra moisturizer on top of that. So I'm on the hunt for another one, and I kind of forgot about this one. So I actually might just pick this one up again. However, another one that I really liked is the Dr. Brandt Hydrobiotic Recovery Sleeping Mask. I will link these products down below. Now this one, it says it's a recovery sleeping mask. However, I had used this in the AM and PM. It says to apply mask to clean dry skin before bedtime and to use nightly. But I like to use a moisturizer in both the morning and the nighttime. But I would usually use it at night, but not always. I find it interesting that they would call it a sleeping mask instead of just a moisturizer. So I'm not really sure why it's called a sleeping mask, but I really liked this one too. This one felt very moisturizing and like glidey on the skin. It almost reminded me of just like a very smooth and soft formula. Again, it wasn't very thick, but it is definitely thicker than that First Aid Beauty one that I just talked about. I would almost say the First Aid Beauty one is almost like a gel-like moisturizer. It kind of reminded me of an Origins gel moisturizer that I've had before. This one is a little thicker, not super thick either. So if you like a thicker one, I would probably recommend this one. But if you want one that's a little thinner, I would do the First Aid Beauty one. I don't know if I would actually repurchase it again. I did like it though, but I don't know if it's something that I would necessarily run out and buy right now. Okay, continuing with items for the face. I have 2 foundations and then a setting spray. So one foundation I have is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And I picked this up in the summertime, and it says it is for normal to oily skin, and it is a matte foundation. I would consider this a medium coverage foundation, but it is buildable to full coverage. So I did like it. It is very affordable, just from like the drugstore. It does last me for months. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have a pump. So I pretty much would have to pour it out onto my hands, which would get kind of annoying. And then I would like dip a brush or a sponge into it. But I really like the formula. I felt like it lasts on my skin all day, especially with a good primer. And then the other foundation I have is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Wear. Now this one is the fresh wear, not the Infallible Matte. And so depending if my skin was dry or oily that day would kind of determine which foundation of these 2 I would use. Now this one is supposed to be really recommended, and it says up to 24-hour fresh wear. I mean, it definitely felt like it would last me all day, but I wouldn't say up to 24 hours. This one definitely gives you more of like a dewy or glowy look, but if you want to make it a little bit more matte or satin-like coverage, you could apply a setting powder afterwards. And because my skin gets oily throughout the day, I always put a powder on top anyway. So it kind of just depends how my skin is that day, how much setting powder I want to put on top. I actually would sometimes mix the 2 together. If I would have to recommend one or the other, I would probably say the Infallible, just because if you want to mattify it, you could do that by a mattifying primer or a mattifying setting powder and then a mattifying setting spray. But if you know you have super oily skin and you're going to be a grease ball no matter what, then I definitely would try the Fit Me. I think the coverage is really nice, and it makes your skin look super smooth. Where this one, I feel like you can definitely like see your pores. So it kind of just depends the look that you're going for. I do like the Infallible. You can kind of get away with like a very fresh look, especially if you just have a perfect shade match. You can just literally dab just like a tiny bit, spread it across your face with a sponge, and you just get a very light coverage look. So that would be one benefit to this one too, is you could pretty much make it a light to full coverage foundation. So I would repurchase. I have repurchased. I have both of these full in my cabinet still, so I like both of those. And then for setting spray that's empty, I have the Morphe setting mist, which I consider like a holy grail setting spray. I haven't really found anything else that has compared to it, and I need to get another one, and this is me reminding myself to purchase one. So I definitely would repurchase. I wish I could show you, but you could probably look up another video on YouTube. When you spray it, it literally is just a continuous mist that comes out. Whereas some other setting sprays I found, when you spray them, it just kind of comes out like chunky and too much at a time, where I'll literally have like little drops and speckles on my face, and so I'll have to grab like a fan or something to kind of go like this and get it to dry. Whereas this, I can just go like this, like for a good 5 to 10 seconds, and then it's just good to go. Okay, then there's 3 more items. Summer's Eve cleansing cloths. It says they're clinically tested, safe scents, removes odor causing bacteria, pH balanced, free from dyes and parabens, and gently cleanses and freshens, and you can use them on the go. So I pretty much only use these like for certain situations. I would never ever use these to replace like showering or anything like that, because you don't need to actually use these to cleanse down there, because your body cleanses itself. So I only use these like if I am on my menstrual cycle, and you know, sometimes you just feel dirty down there. So I might just use a wipe then if I'm like changing my pad or tampon or something like that. Or if I'm going to get like a wax or something like that, like right after work, and I don't have time to like go home and shower right after. I'll always shower in the morning, but sometimes you just want like a very quick like refresh. And if you are on the go and you don't have time, I just like to carry these with me just to do a very quick wipe, really quick refresh. And then I feel at least a little bit more comfortable going to a wax. So, I ran out of them and I definitely would repurchase. But finally, the last two items that I have are two candles, actually from Bath & Body Works. Now I know Bath & Body can kind of be controversial. A lot of people love it. Some people like to look for a little bit of smaller businesses to support. So if you have any small business candle companies you want to recommend to me, definitely comment down below. But I did snag some candles earlier this year and also on their sale day, and I have since reached the bottom on two of them. So I have this one I grabbed during the sale. It's the vanilla, or I grabbed earlier during October. It's the vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. I read some of the reviews on their website, and that's what kind of led me to trying this scent. I don't know if it was new this year or not, but this was my first year trying it. It sounded really good because I love vanilla scents. Pumpkin I like in a scent, even though I don't actually really like the taste of pumpkin. And I thought the marshmallow would be good because I like their other candle, Marshmallow Fireside. So I thought this one would be good. However, after letting it burn, so obviously I'm gonna get my money's worth, I wouldn't repurchase this one. It's just a little too sweet for me, which is really saying something because I love sweet candles and ones that smell like vanilla. But I like candles that are kind of like a warm scent, not like too sweet and florally, and almost like artificial, like a fragrance scent or like a perfume scent. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this one. And I can't tell if it's the marshmallow or the pumpkin that's just a little too like flavorful, or like a little too like fragrance for me. Like it almost smells like it would be a cologne scent. It's just way too much for me, so I don't really like it. I was hoping it would smell a little bit like more warm and homey and almost like you were baking something, like maybe cookies or a pie, but to me it just smells a little too fake. So I would not repurchase this one next year, so I do not recommend. But then the other candle that I reached the bottom of is the Marshmallow Fireside, and this is the one that I do like a lot. Reach the bottom. This one I really like for the winter months just because it's not too sweet, but it's also not too scented with like a flavor like the vanilla or caramel or something like that. So I think it's a good mix for someone that maybe isn't into like the food smells, but also you're not too far into like the masculine smells either. I feel like it's a good mix. It's kind of falls in between. It's one of my favorite fall scents and one of my favorite winter scents too. Definitely would repurchase, and I have. It's currently sitting on my fireplace right now. So that is it for this video. I just wanted to finally go through my product empties, and now I can finally throw them away. So let me know if you've tried any of these products and let me know what you think about them. And if you like this video, then I will keep holding on to my other products as they empty out. Otherwise, make sure you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one.